Hi everybody, thanks for joining Zoe and I. Today we wanted to share with you a group coaching tool that is simple and powerful. It's called Person-Centered Profiles, and we use it all the time in our group coaching work, and we also use it in our one-to-one work, either as individual questions or sometimes in the format we're about to share with you. So when you are using person-centered profiles, and this is a tool from Helen Sanderson Associates and to do with person-centered meetings, is you'd need to spend time agreeing ways of working with the group. So creating a safe container and environment like you do in your one-to-one coaching. So talking about non-judgment, listening attentively, being kind-hearted, risk-taking, so on. So whatever the contract is that's needed within that group.
The purpose of this particular tool is about relationship building and creating relationships that have real depth to them, but being able to get to that place quite quickly. So instead of spending, a few weeks trying to gently kind of build those relationships, spend time together, this particular activity is a great accelerant to being able to build deep relationships. So do you want to share with us the first question, Jo, and how we pull that together?
Yeah. So there are three questions. The first one is three things. What are three things that you like and admire about yourself? Or three things that other people like, admire, and appreciate about you? And you would go first when you were talking through this activity. So you'd brief the whole activity in, you'd share examples of your answers for all three to set the tone for it. And then you would invite the group to be able to take 5 to 10 minutes to complete their own profiles. And then you would go around and each person would introduce themselves using this person-centered profiles. So for example, my answers to that first question could include, I'm tenacious. So when I set my sights on something, I'm determined and I'll overcome obstacles that might present themselves. I'm compassionate, so I'm somebody that cares about others and have their best intentions. And a third thing would be that I'm playful. So I like adventure. I like play. There's a bit of a rebel inside me, and I like that part of me when it comes out. So that would be an example for the first one. So you're demonstrating vulnerability, strength, and also, peeling back the layers a bit. Yeah. So Zoe, the second question.
Yeah, the second question is what's important to me. And you might say this is about now, or you might split that into what's important to me now and in the future. And what we tend to invite people is to say, like, friends and family, that's a given. We know that friends and family and loved ones are important to us. So we're looking for something at a greater depth here. So things that I would share would be time in nature, often by the coast, by the sea, is very important to me. What else is important to me? My learning. So I get a huge amount from learning new things and having the ability to get my head into some books or some videos and learn a new skill, and I love doing that. And I think related to that is then some me time. So with work and with children, life is busy, and I do enjoy that time by myself. That's where I find my creativity, is when I have a moment of peace and calm to be able to reconnect with myself and my creativity. So those are things that are really important to me.
Yeah. And then the third question is, how do I need to be supported? And this is often the question that people find most challenging to answer, where they really have to stop and kind of go deep inside themselves to think about. And often they'll realize, I don't really ask for help. So it'll prompt all sorts of reflections while they're doing this. So for me, as examples, how do I need to be supported? I need to be with people who believe that when I do something, I'm acting from a kind heart. So even if it doesn't quite land, that they believe that, that I'm doing my best, that means a lot to me. I need hugs. I think I need that physical connection that resources me. And I also am a reflector, so I do need time to be able to go away and think. I can respond to things in the moment, but I do really value having a bit of time to be able to come back with a well-considered response. I enjoy that, and that resources me. And there are many other ways that I need to be supported too. So we would demonstrate that as the facilitator and then give the group time to do that. In a one-to-one setting, we might just pop in each of these questions at different points in a conversation where it's relevant to what we're talking about. But you could also use it as a whole process like that. So you might give it as homework. It might be relevant to your client, building intimacy with their own team, for example, or even in a relationship outside of work, and just enabling them to reflect in that way. So it's a very simple, very powerful tool, and it's important to recognize the emotional nature of this tool. So it does often release emotions within that group environment. It'll also ignite that curiosity, and it can create a really great platform to be able to do the work that you might be doing with them in the group coaching.
Yeah, so give it a try. We encourage you to experiment. If you were doing this in person, you might get everybody to fill out a flip chart and put it up around the room.
Yeah.
And
nothing better than being on your hands and knees with a flip chart and a pen.
And the beauty of that is at the end of whatever meeting that you're having, people can go around and add to everybody else's profiles the things that they like and admire about that person, which is a great way to encourage recognition. If you're doing it virtually, there's lots of different ways that you can do that, but we tend to just get people to do their own and then share it verbally.
Yeah, and it's a really nice close as well to sessions. So like in person, where you've got things stuck on the wall, and then we'll bring them down, and I will often read through it and I'll say, thank you for being with us today within this group and for contributing. What we've really appreciated about you and I'll read all of the additional things that people have added to it, and people absolutely love it. It's a really nice takeaway when you think about what's that feeling that the person is going to leave that experience with. It's gratitude, it's surprise, it's really really resourcing. So love to hear how you get on with it, and thanks for listening. If you want to watch some other videos, come and find us on our vlog, www.igcompany.co.uk/blog, or on our YouTube channel, or you can come find us in the Coaching Crowd group.